Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful time during the lunch cocktail and had a chance to connect with your fellow attendees. I'm Bima. I'm a second year master's student at IDO. Um, without further ado, let me introduce this second session of this third IDO Day, which is One Health Policy in Action, Connecting Communities, Culture, and Continents. Um, our next speaker is Dr. Tongkorn Meeyam, who is the Executive Director of Southeast Asia One Health University Network. We already have her in the online platform, so without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Tongkorn. Thank you.
So my name is Tongkorn Meeyam, Executive Director of Southeast Asia One Health University Network, or COHUN. So it's my pleasure and my honor today to be here in this event, and I believe this is a very young professional group here with the a former student, right? So I believe I have seen this is so many interesting speakers and the topics gathering in this event today. So I would like to thank you for the invitation and also to congratulate for the organizers. So for today, I would like to share my experience related to capacity building for the current and future workforce in Southeast Asia. Okay. So as you may know, because you are, like infectious disease and One Health group anyway, so you might recognize the avian influenzas or bird flu in 2003 that it has been emerged. And I think this is the starting point that people start to know or start to consider the interaction or interconnectedness between human and animals health. During that time, I think many people were suffering. And also later on, it's also with the COVID-19 that people are still starting to see more aspect on the, like there is a lot of driving factors in the health problem. So if we are talking about the global health challenges, so there are many global health challenges during this time. And if we are thinking about avian flu, Ebola, or antimicrobial resistance, or the COVID-19 just recently, you might have seen that so the problem will not stop here. It's going to be more or re-emerging, or the new disease might be emerging. So we intend to use the term challenges instead of problems to see more the problem or the situation in more the positive way. So that is the challenge that we have to overcome. You might not solve the problem with one single solution. So that is the starting point, and why One Health becoming more important or more famous. Because of the multi factors that involved in this complexity of the global health challenge, I believe the multidisciplinary or the multi-sectoral collaboration is the key of success. So as long as you can work across sectors in a more harmonized way, that means that you might have a better approach and less, reduce the health impact of the, the disease, or, improving the situation in a better way. I don't need to go much talk to detail about One Health, but just to emphasize why we are here and why we need so many discipline, many professionals, many sectors that can get involved in the global health challenges. So coming to our experience, so I just would like to talk about our CEO Hun. So it sounds maybe it sounds strange for you. So CEO Hun stands for Southeast Asia One Health University Network. So we are a leading regional network of the One Health universities in Southeast Asia regions. So CEO Hun is initiative by United States of America International Development since 2011. We working with 8 country networks in Southeast Asia, which is Myanmar, Laos, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Indonesia. So among these 8 country networks, so let's say CEO Hun is a network of network. So among these country network, we are working with 112 universities across the region. And you might see this is a kind of impact that we have along the way, because if you think about 100 university from 8 countries, so it's cover almost a majority of the universities already. So if we are having any impact or want to implement anything, so that is kind of more in the convenient way with our, say, that network of a network. So why we have to be a network? So because I think we play a role. So CEO Hun is, like I told you, a regional center. So if you're thinking about implementing activity really on the ground for a country level, so we might not play that a big role because the country network will implement directly. Rather than that, we are, let's say, the regional play a role as the voice of academia. Because we cover almost all, not all, but most of the university in the regions, and play a role in the regional platform and the global platform. Like a member of the Global Health Security Agendas, we are also a member of Southeast Asia Ministry of Education organization, which is really strong and endorsed by government. We also partner with the ASEAN One Health Network, which is new. So the ASEAN One Health Network is also under ASEAN Secretariat. And so there are not many, I think we are only academia represent in that platform. And then also partner with others, like regional platform here, like field epidemiologies. So you will see that kind of regional center, a regional office will play a role and play a impact to the region one. So we are we advocate for more on the left side with the red one, so building capacities, having more activity on this part. And we also advocate for research, but it's a research that that we trying to like let the researcher, a young researcher, to practice implementing One Health in the research area, or in the future, like the new direction could be a kind of research that can impact or that can help providing scientific evidence to policymakers that help the One Health operation in the country smoother or have a better or a more effective way. We have a small part on the right side that during the COVID-19, like you have seen in many countries, that the universities or the kind of academia can be a helping arms for the government sectors during the health emergency or health crisis. So this part is also really important because university also have the expertise which can complement to the government sectors. So because we are aiming more on the building capacities, So if we are thinking about the current One Health workforce, so it's the people who are is already in the career path and working now at the health system. But if you're thinking about in the next 10 or 20 years, so I think the future One Health workforce is also important. So that's why Hun is also focused on both. So the one who already be in the One Health workforce, which is the current one, and also the one that is going to be our futures. For our project or program, we receiving fund, majority fund from the USAID, One Health Work, USAID, so USA International Development Program. So we have this program as the global program. You might notice, so we are Southeast Asia. We also have a sister network in Africa called AfroHun. Both of us, so both of the network were managed or overseen by the global consortium to implement this project. So we have three big objectives, which is mainly on training, empowerment, assessment. That's all related to capacity building, which we also have the gender and equality, equality and inclusive as the cross cutting theme. Another project called Transition Award is also a complement project to the first one that we also, as I mentioned about the current and future workforce, it can be in many forms of learning. It can be experiential learning. It can be curriculum development trainings and the online modules, things like that. So this is one part that we partner with Regional Public Health Laboratory Network. I have intention to bridging between the network from the government sector, which is the public health lab, with the academic lab. That is our thought to having some, complement to each others. Just give you some ideas or example what we are doing with the pre-service or our futures. Let's say the students. We also have the One Health Scholarship Program. Promoting or giving a scholarship to the student who having the course related to One Health or having a small project related to One Health. Some student engagement program. We CEO Hun also promoting a One Health Student Club that we have. I cannot remember the number, but we have so many student club in the regions, and that they help raising awareness or having the One Health activities, engage communities also. And another important one, apart from what you study in the classroom, might not be good or really effective as you have your own experience in the project. So we also have a kind of internship program, so placing the student in the One Health project and having the experience of the student to expose to the real situation. So let me skip some. So we have some success story for the student. For the in-service, we are also promoting a One Health Award program. It can be training course or it can be the research program that can, using One Health practice in the research project or using One Health in the trainings. And the fellowship program is also for the one who's already in service, so the current workforce who want to open their eyes and have more experience, have a broader vision to complete their perspective. That we also place some people, current workforce to international organization to have, exposed to the One Health project. So this is just the example that if the fellows, our fellows was placing into other project and having more experience, have a more diverse experiencing both culture and a practical experience. So this is the last part that we are trying to having the knowledge management or sharing One Health resource. So we are really open. One Health, the activity called One Health Workforce Academy, which is the learning platform. And you will see on the right-hand side, so this is the course modules for One Health related or One Health domains. And this is just the example from the global level that we call OWA, so OHWA. We adopt this idea to having the a regional one that is called Southeast Asia One Health Workforce Academy here. So now we are in the developing process, so I'm not able to share with you now. But it does not compete to the global one or not competitive to the free online available that having like exist in many platforms. For the COA, we will focus on the courses that will be developed in the local language. So this will be aimed to more subnational or more general public rather than the advanced course one. So in our COR, you will not see a lot of course here, like you see here in your right-hand side, but we will have more variety in the language. So for Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and Philippines, so each of the country member will develop their own course and in their language. So that's why we will have less variety of the course, but it will be more for the like tailor-made or fit with the country context more. So apart from that one, we also having another private sectors that are trying to fill the gaps. So from what we have, you will see that from the project, a previous project, we aim more for the current workforce and also for the student that already in the universities level. But we found that actually One Health is something that, something that you need to change your mindset, change behaviors, and also the way of thinking. So we are promoting the One Health also in even younger generations, like the one in the kindergarten, primary school or high school, with many partners here. So this is all of our partners that I hope we will increase more and more every year. So you see that collaboration is really the key of success. So that's why we also need to partner with many organizations, like to be complement to fill the gaps of each other, because only one organization would not be able to fulfill every task or trying to complete what we are aspired for. So that is all of my presentation. So I'm happy to answer if you have any question.
Dr. Tongkorn, we have a question from the audience. Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Tongkorn. First of all, thank you for your nice presentation. I have been working in public health emergencies and health crisis in Southeast Asia for more than 4 years. And in my experience, the response window after a health emergency is very narrow. So in that same period, you have to pull up your budget, funding, and the trained workforce to the field. And in the field, we have observed that many of the services are overlapping. Many organizations are doing primary health care, and many organizations are doing, let's say, gender-based equality. So how do you see and a synergic approach between the public health and the One Health, and so that the organizations from policy level and financing does not overlap their services, and the service is well distributed during a health crisis. Thanks.
Yeah, so thank you. I cannot see your name, but thank you so much. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to respond to you, but let me share my thought a little bit. So there's a lot of conversation to do what you call the stock taking, who is already doing what in the regions. And like you say, there's some overlappings, but the most important part is how we mobilize the resource more effectively. So you see, as CCO Hun, we focus more on the capacity building, right, to improving the skill set rather than playing a role of the, like improving the. Well, we're trying to be more on the capacity building side rather than really implementing organization as the government of the government sector should be responsible for. But what we can support the government sector is to first building capacities. Second, so like what we advocate is to providing because academia can like having or having the expertise on the research. So we're trying to encourage the university to providing a scientific base for policymakers in terms of, like making decisions when there is some public health issues. Yeah, and also, so there's a lot of problem in implementing One Health in the regions too. For example, so there's still a lot of limitation at the policy level. Let's say that for like the resource mobilization is also it's still challenging. Yeah, I hope I can answer your question.
Yeah, we have a follow-up question again? No. That's fine, okay. I was giving thumbs up. Oh, okay, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Dr. Tongkorn, for your time. Let's please join to thank Dr. Tongkorn for her talk.